So we'll get started. Once again, welcome everyone. I hope you're doing well. We're happy to have you today for this edition of App Spotlight. We're doing things a little bit differently this time. We'll cover all the updates, improvements, and new features that have been developed since the beginning of the year, and we'll also present what you can expect from us in the next couple months. Before we get started, I wanted to cover a couple basics. This webinar will be recorded, so you'll be able to access it later on and share it with your team. You'll also have the opportunity to ask questions throughout the presentation. You can do so using the control panel on your right. We won't be answering questions live, but they'll all be included in the webinar roundup you'll be receiving in the next couple days. It'll also include a recording of the webinar along to links to our knowledge base for the features that we shared today. Today we'll cover what we've worked on this year, and then we'll give you a sneak peek into what you can expect from us in the next couple months. So that'll include your new reporting tab, the ability to duplicate facilities, some of our waitlist improvements, some discount improvements, and a little bit on payment and reconciliation updates. My name's Ashley, and I'll be one of your hosts today. I'm the Director of Product Marketing here at Amilia. You've probably seen my face pop up in the platform a little bit everywhere. It's nice to get to see you guys for a change. And I'm lucky enough to have Alexis, our VP of Product, with me today, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Thanks, Ashley. So as she just said, I'm Alexis. I've been hanging around at Amilia for about 4 years now. And as the head of product and engineering, I work with 40-something developers, engineers, product managers, and user experience designers to continuously improve the product you guys use. And I'm happy to be here today to tell you about the latest that will soon be released.
All right, let's get started. Some of you may already know at Amilia, we practice continuous development, and that means we're constantly releasing updates to the product, sometimes up to 20 times a day, instead of batch releasing once a quarter or once a year. And we do this so you can have access and benefit from improvements and updates or new features as soon as they're ready. That means you'll likely continue to see improvements to the features I'm going to be covering today. So let's get starting with reporting. Having access to the information you need to make better business decisions is key to your success, and that's why we have a whole development team dedicated to improving access to information for every member of your team, from your front desk staff to your accountant. You may have noticed that your reporting tab looks a little bit different. Reports have also been categorized into management and financial reports and can further be organized by type of information like payment or sales. We've also added a search bar so you can quickly access the report that you need regardless of where it's located. This new tab and the new layout is really the first step in improving the way you and your team access the data that you need to make decisions for your organization. We're working on improving the reports themselves, which will allow you to configure the data that appears in your report so you only have access to the information that you need. On to facilities. So we know that managing your facilities and making sure they're all linked and synced with your activities is core to your offerings. If you're managing multiple facilities or have subdivided your facility, creating all of these facilities or sub-facilities can be time-consuming, which is why we sped up the time it takes you to set up a new facility by allowing you to duplicate existing ones. Simply click the 3 dots under the action column and click duplicate. This will duplicate the location, opening hours, rental price schedule, along with other facility details. So all you'll have to do is edit the facility name and any details that may differ. This fall, we've made some improvements to our waitlist feature and gave you more options in how you manage your waitlist. We've added a few more improvements this year that'll help you skip participants. In the case of ordered or automatic waitlist, admins can now skip waitlisted people whose time is up. This was previously only available when clients were in the waiting stage. Skipping serves the same purpose as removing someone from your waitlist while still tracking everyone who's waitlisted, present or past. Your participants now also have the option to remove themselves from a waitlist if they are no longer interested in the activity or don't want to keep receiving the communications regarding that waitlist. They'll be able to do so through the waitlist notification emails that they receive. Discounts. Discounts have been around for a while, and we want them to apply to all your offerings so that you have flexibility in your marketing and promotions. If you offer family multi-passes, they're now eligible for discounts. When creating a discount from the Discount tab, your family multi-passes will now be available in the drop-down of eligible multi-passes. If there are multiple discounts linked to a family pass, clients will be able to see them through your online store, like you see in the screenshot. On to payments and reconciliation. So automating payments and all the operations that come with them has and continues to be a priority for us. You can now offer your clients additional payment options with the ability for them to save their bank account details on file. This works just like a regular check, so they'll input their information and you can then charge them by e-check. On the customer side, it is called bank details, so just keep that in mind if you get any questions from your customers. Not all payments are made at the time of purchase through your store, and in some cases, you'll need to make a payment or account deposit directly in client billings account, and you still want that payment to reconcile. We've simplified this process for reconciling payments and refunds by letting you reconcile them when they occur. This experience occurs when performing the Make a Payment and Record a Refund functions in your Operations menu in the Client Billing subtab. You'll now choose what invoice a payment is going towards and which account deposit or credit memo is being refunded. Although the reconciliation process for making a payment and creating a refund has changed, you can still modify a reconciliation at a later time if you have the necessary permissions. Additionally, if you allow your clients to pay their outstanding balances from their user account, they'll now select which invoice they would like to pay. Once that payment is made, the payment and invoice will reconcile. That's a wrap on what we've worked on so far. We'll be continuing to have these webinars on a quarterly basis, and you'll have access to the recorded version. But if you'd like to consistently be in the know, here's how you can stay up to date. You can always see what's new directly from your Messenger bubble in the bottom left of your Amilia app. Just scroll to the What's New section. You can also visit updates.amilia.com anytime to see all of our updates in all of our updates in one place. And lastly, you can click on the posts and product tours that pop up most of the time with my face to see our new releases in action. So now we'll move on to what's coming, and Alexi will take it from here.
Thanks, Ashley. All right, so I'm excited to show you what we've been developing with the collaboration of many of you that will soon be released to everyone else. So keep an eye out until then to find these things either in the App Store or natively in Amilia. I'm talking about rental contract versioning, e-checks payment on subscriptions, double entry accounting, business intelligence and data analysis, self-serve scholarship payments, multi-passes access to open gyms, and integrated payment terminals, and camping and overnight self-serve booking. Stick around for a few more minutes to see a sneak peek of each one of those. First, anyone renting their facilities, this one is for you. We worked with Cal Schufeld Gymnastics, Montreal West, St. James Tennis Club, and Iowa Arts Academy to create contract versioning. No more do-overs whenever a customer changes their mind or as you test different booking scenarios or changes. With the continuous investment in the Amilia payment product, you have seen and will continue to get extensions to our online payment and payment processing management features. Working with collaborators like Cayuga Falls, we extended the usage of e-checks to recurring subscription payments. Previously, as some of you might know, limited to credit cards only. We're glad this will improve accessibility for your participants registering online, if you allow for these type of payments, of course, but also because every time someone chooses e-checks over credit cards, you are effectively cutting your transaction fee by more than half. So e-checks on subscriptions means more accessibility for your participants and more profitable recurring revenue for you. While not every organization chooses to track liabilities, accounts receivable, or to defer their revenue, those who used to do this manually can now benefit from a fully automated ledger. You will finally win over your accountant peers with stellar accounting data. Here's a quote from one of our collaborators, a municipal auditor, as we demonstrated this feature to her. Every other system we use doesn't have anything operational like that. I can't think of one other system that I've ever seen that have actually tracked that. And I mean, not even just Spark systems, I mean any of systems cities might use. I would never anticipate a software company to even have that built in, and I wouldn't even think to ask. Now, if that doesn't get accountant excited, I don't know what will. So thanks to our collaborators, City of Grapevine, Park District of Oak Park, and City of Fredericton for their help designing and, most importantly, testing this feature. As we are revamping our entire reporting suite to make them easier to find and more customizable, like Ashley said earlier, we had to recognize that many of our customers have various specific analytics needs that go far beyond simple reporting. Needs we won't be solving by giving you the option to choose and filter columns. With specialized tools like Excel, Power BI, and Tableau out there, BI isn't an area where I will ever want to compete. Pursuing my vision of Amilia as the platform at the center of an ecosystem of specialized softwares, it would be unreasonable to even try to redevelop what these billion-dollar companies have built over the years. What I can do instead is to open our API via connectors that you will soon find in the Amilia App Store. Whether you are a seasoned data-driven manager or work in admin as a business analyst, you will finally be able to drive business intelligence from your Amilia data in limitless ways with custom reporting and dashboards. A simple one that was a lot of work for us. While many of you use Amilia to allocate, track, and use scholarships, your participants always had to get to the front desk or on the phone to ask for scholarships to apply to their invoice. For most, it was inconvenient, but for others, it's just about pride. Well, they will soon gain more independence and be able to use their scholarships balance themselves online, based on the automated rules you guys configure, of course. Thanks to Park District of Oak Park again and Town of Erie in Colorado for their help testing this feature. The multipass prepayment method had historically been limited to activities and private lessons. You will soon be able to use multipasses and access management together to scan in and automatically consume a pass from your participants' passes. We have been working with 4 cities to design and test this classic open gym experience for your drop-ins customers, effectively removing the requirement to pre-register online with your passes. Just walk in. And of course, it will still be possible to pre-register, but it's not required anymore. For this one, we can thank Ferndale Parks and Recreation in Ontario, City of Dryden, Ontario, and the Trails Recreation Center from Colorado. Inspired by the Airbnb booking experience, but at a much cheaper price and within your own online store, your customers will soon be able to rent your facilities for more than one day by themselves. We designed this feature with customers operating campgrounds, but also with customers renting cabins for getaways like the City of High Point, Town of Superior, and again, the Park District of Oak Park. And we work a lot with these guys. It's not exactly Airbnb just yet, but I think it will be worth your while considering our fees are more than 5 times lower. And for those of you who would want to do both, know that you can leverage Airbnb and Amelia's API to work with both in sync, keeping up-to-date availabilities and bookings. And finally, this one speaks for itself and really is for everyone who takes in-person payment with Amilia Payment. You will finally get away from the menial labor and risk for messy mistakes at the front desk with a fast and secure integrated payment terminal. Stick around for a few more minutes for a raffle with an awesome giveaway prize. Can you guess what this prize will be?
So, like Alexi mentioned, if you have a merchant account with PaySafe and use Amilia Payment, you can enter our terminal giveaway to win one of our PAX 920 terminals. Winners will be announced May 4th and terminals will be shipped May 15th. The link to enter for this contest will be in the roundup email, so make sure to check that out. Again, if you have any questions, please enter them into the question box. Otherwise, our customer care team is here to help. And if you're interested in staying up to date with everything that's new in Amilia, make sure to check the What's New section and the areas that I mentioned before. Thanks so much, guys.